Cascade Surgical Studio opens up in the New Case window. To start a new case, connect a base unit to populate the procedure setup window with compatible procedures. Enter the patient and case information and choose a test, then click Start Case. On the left of the screen under Cases, you can also choose to open a scheduled case, append a case, remote monitor a live case, or review a previous case. Under Templates, you can choose to create or edit procedure setups, import and export modes, and create or edit report templates. Next, under Administration, you can archive, restore, import, export, and delete records. You can also create, edit, and delete patients, electrode sites, and case fields. In User Management, you can create users, edit and delete users, and assign permissions, groups, and roles. Settings contains the overall system settings for Surgical Studio. General settings includes electrical frequency, option to launch on Windows Startup, font size, and more. While User Settings allows users to customize their display colors. Each user can assign their own custom color settings without affecting any other users, even remotely connected users. Tools contains diagnostic system testing and Surgical Studio preservation and restoration. Cursors can be edited in Procedure Setup under Modes, or by right-clicking the Modality window and selecting Mode Setup. Entering text under Label will create a new cursor with that label. Next, choose whether the cursor will be a peak, trough, onset, or offset, a midpoint latency, and a range for Surgical Studio to look for that cursor. Alert percentage allows you to choose a percent change in latency to notify the user of a potential significant change in data. Finally, assign the cursor to a channel by selecting the box and choosing the desired channel from the drop-down menu. Advanced cursor settings also allows user to set up interlatencies, amplitudes, interamplitudes, and area under the curve by referencing cursors together. Alert percentage can also be used for any of the advanced cursor settings to notify the user of a potential significant change in data. EMG threshold settings are found in EMG Mode Setup. In the Channels window near the right side, the amplitude threshold can be set individually per channel by clicking the appropriate box and either choosing a threshold from the drop-down menu or manually typing a custom value. To change the threshold for all channels on a mode, choose the threshold box above all the channels, and again either select the threshold or type a custom value. For standard EMG, Threshold Auto Store is located in the EMG General Settings window at the bottom left. On Threshold Crossed chooses what Surgical Studio will do if a threshold is crossed. Auto Store Storage Limit chooses the maximum number of trials that can be auto-stored within 1 second. Associate Comment will choose if a threshold crossing will also prompt a user to add a comment. Play tone on threshold detection will enable an auditory alert for crossing a threshold. The tones are assigned in the Channels window on the far right. For triggered EMG, the settings are similar with additional options. Threshold window start and end can also be added in milliseconds. Tones are also available for stimulator contact made, lost, and continuous to provide auditory feedback to the surgeon. Cascade Surgical Studio now has built-in screenshot functionality. Clicking the camera button or using the F12 key will immediately store a screenshot of the application in the event log. Right-clicking in a mode window and choosing Screenshot will store a screenshot of just that mode window instead of the full application. By default, adding a comment to the event log will also store a full screenshot. This can be disabled outside of a case in General Settings by unchecking Automatically Capture Event Log Screenshots. In the event log, clicking the checkbox under the camera next to any event will include that screenshot in any reports generated by Surgical Studio. Screenshots can also be reviewed by right-clicking on the event and selecting View Screenshot.